Welcome to another edition of Friday at 420. Thank you so much for popping in here on the Facebook to check out our craziness. I know it's not Friday at 420. It's also not Tuesday at 4:30 or Tuesday at 4:40. It is Thursday at 4:03. We just keep moving around to see who can keep up with us. And we certainly appreciate you for keeping track of where this particular show pops up on your live stream. Thank you so much for checking it out. Don't forget, there are previous episodes of Friday at 420 always available to you on any streaming service. There's hundreds of them in our catalog, in our library. We'd love for you to go and check those out as well. Great show all lined up for you. A very special guest. As usual, but first I've got to introduce the panel, and I always like to begin with my mentor and life coach, Mr. Patrick Coppolino. Patrick, how are you?
Buongiorno. I'm good.
How Patrick, I am killing it since you become my life coach.
Nice.
Things have never been better.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
I don't know what you're magic, man. You really are magic. Do you have any advice for anybody else who's just tuning in? Somebody who, let's say their life's a bit of a shambles right now. What would your advice be?
Just that, we're all going to die, so don't worry about it.
You see?
Just relax.
It's those gems, those pearls of wisdom that I count on. You need to start a calendar. You need a calendar. Just one of those one-a-day calendars with your pearls of wisdom.
Yeah.
You're going to die. What does it matter? Done. There's Tuesday. Good to see you again, Patrick. It's been a while. Over on my left and probably your right and above somebody else, it's Mr. Manolis Zontanos.
Hey, dude. How you doing, bud?
Dude, I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to figure out how to share our this thing off of Friday 420, and it won't let me do it. So that's I'm sorry if I seem confused. The internet's not my friend right now.
I was trying to see it. Normally we give you time to do that, but I was rushing everybody because I have
it's probably my fault.
I got to get to.
It's partly my fault. I'm looking at it. It just shows Friday 420. It says share now, but you go news feed, and it doesn't show my page. So I don't know how to share it on the wall. How do you do it, Pat?
Just exactly what you did. You just go news feed.
So it should share on my wall if I just hit share.
It should, yeah.
Just hit it. Just hit everything. Push all the buttons.
All right, I didn't do it though. Okay.
There may come a point though, Manolis, that phone's getting a little bit old now, and it's so chock full of porn.
Right.
It just may not be working anymore, buddy. You know what I mean?
Right.
You just may have to get a new phone.
Yeah, it didn't work. Sorry, guys. All right.
It's good to see you again, Manolis. And now,
dude.
Let me introduce our very special guest. She's been doing stand-up comedy here. She's been in the country for 8 years. She's legal. Please, everybody, say hello to Fiona O'Brien. Hello, Fiona.
Hello, Mike. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for joining us. And could I just ask a question about moving to Canada from, I'm guessing, Ireland?
Yep.
What prompted that move? What was it that brought you to our great country?
Ireland went into quite a big recession. And, I have 3 small kids. I was married at the time, and he lost his job, and he works in construction. And obviously you're still building Canada. So so Canadian companies actually come over to Dublin and were headhunting people that had been let go from the construction industry.
Wow.
Yeah. And so a Canadian construction company brought us over. And then we realized we didn't like each other anymore.
That's a really big deal when you have kids, right? I mean, you and your husband, or now your ex, but you guys making the decision. But when you have kids, that's a pretty big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, they were 3, 5, and 7, so
Okay.
They just kind of thought it was a really big adventure. I don't think they really understood, that this was forever. It was harder for me. I kind of knew the ramifications, and
Right.
I was quite upset because I had a great life in Ireland. I really loved it there, and loads of friends and family. And then we moved here.
And now you find yourself hanging out with us 3 doofuses. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what more could a woman want?
No, how to know when you've hit rock bottom? Well, Fiona, you might be there. I don't know, Fiona, if you know how this game is played, but we're going to start playing our game Friday at 4:20. I have 12 random envelopes with 12 random topics, and we are going to choose a topic for you, and you are going to begin our discussion of the said topic. It's topic number 3 for those keeping track at home. And your topic is, should we change the clocks? We just went through the clock change weekend. There's been a lot of debate about whether we should change time to mess around with the sunlight or whether we shouldn't. How do you feel about that? And maybe you could enlighten us about what they do in Ireland.
It's so weird that I don't understand all of this change in the hour, because in Ireland, they changed the hour 2 weeks ago. So
okay.
So they've been 4 hours behind. Like, so whenever I'm calling my mom or Skyping or FaceTiming, it's always have to remember, okay, they're 4 hours ahead. We're 4 hours behind.
Right.
And then, and now we're 5 hours because we went back as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And listen, I can barely know what time it is any time of the day. And now I have to cope with the hour change in Europe and Canada. It's a pain in the arse. That's what it is.
It really can be, especially with kids. Because again, you know, kids are real schedule driven, right? I mean, they really do much better when they're on the same schedule, and all of a sudden throwing them all asunder for a weekend for no real good reason.
Yeah. And the dog, I have a dog. And so she's getting up and it's still dark and she wants to go out. Between her and the kids, they drive you to drink.
All right. I was going to go to Manolis next, but it looks like he's still trying to share this on Facebook. So, Patrick, how about your take on the clock change? Do you agree that the clocks should just keep doing what we're doing with them, or should we just get rid of this stupidness for once and for all?
Well, I like it because it was Saturday, which was my birthday, so we got an extra hour.
An extra hour of Patrick's birthday.
It's not the first time that's happened either.
No, it would happen regularly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your birthday.
So I'm for it. Yeah.
What happy? Well, first of all, happy birthday. I missed it. I'm so sorry, man. I feel terrible. Manolis didn't send me the text telling me to reminding me to wish you a happy birthday. So you're okay with getting an extra hour sleep on your birthday every year?
Sleep? No. Extra hour of partying, yeah.
An extra hour of partying.
Yeah. I don't really understand. Is it for farmers or something? I don't know why we do
it. The original concept was, well, actually, farmers don't like it because, much to Fiona's point with her dog, the cows don't change their clock. So, like dairy farmers and stuff hate clock change, which is why Saskatchewan doesn't change it. For us, it's about conserving fuel of all things, because in the having more light at the end of the day in the summertime, right, is actually it's helpful. When more people are home to have light, then they're not using lights, and more people are at home in the sort of late afternoon, evening, than first thing in the morning when they're going to work. So the idea was to save fuel. We don't really need to do that now because fuel's so expensive. When it's going to bankrupt us all anyway. Manoli, are you a clock change person? Have you changed the clocks? Manolis still doesn't even know that we changed them.
I do change them. I don't enjoy changing them. I actually don't enjoy clocks at all. If it was up to me, I think we should get rid of time completely. Because the reality is, right? This is reality. People don't realize this. Like, time doesn't actually exist. Clocks do. It's like time is no different than like money. Like, we all agree that money is real, but it's not real. We just agree it's real. Time doesn't really exist. You're alive and you're dead. Like, you know what I mean? How old are you? Well, no, I'm not. It doesn't really matter because I'm still alive. I'm alive. That's it till we die. That's when time doesn't exist anymore, when you don't exist. Did I just blow your fucking mind?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. The only thing I would say, Mano, I'm going to take what you said to a point. Our body does have rhythms to it. There is light and day. Our body reacts to light and day. So there is a general sense of each day, right?
Right.
I mean, the fact that we put minutes on it and seconds is like super anal. But there is still time. I mean, there are still days. Days do pass, but I can see what you mean, that you wouldn't want to break it up into 24 hours and 1,000 minutes.
But yeah, like a million years ago or whatever, where people were just living. No one's going, Doug, what day is it? Is it Monday? No, they're like shooting arrows and getting food. Like they don't go like, oh, tomorrow on Thursday we'll cook this steak, and like no, they just like let's just like survive every day, and maybe every once in a while we'll get laid, and that's great too.
I just love that you think that there was a Neanderthal guy named Doug.
Doug's a good name. It's a fun name. Say it, Doug. Doug's gonna help you out.
All right. As far as Manolis is concerned, time doesn't even exist. If you were using this show to try to figure out what day and time of the week it is, yeah, we were told. How much would we screw you up? All right, here we go. Another topic, a brand new topic. Friday at 4:20. Our special guest Fiona O'Brien. This is topic number 12. This one, I'm going to go with Patrick for this one. If you remember back to when you were a kid, we're going back to when we were a kid. I want to know, what was your favorite color crayon? What was your favorite color crayon? You used to get the big box with the 64 colors, but you still had a favorite. What was your favorite? Patrick Coppolino.
I don't know. I guess blue is my favorite color, so probably that one. I don't remember.
Any particular blue? Because there's like a dozen different blues.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, the like teal.
Oh,
that was my favorite crayon.
Really? So
yeah. I don't know why, but
I don't know why either. You were a bit soft around the edges, were you?
I don't know.
You like the teal?
Yeah.
All right. Fiona, were you you're not a teal gal. That's not
No.
good. It wouldn't be yours.
I'm going to go with fire engine red.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right? The red crayon. What about your Smarties? Do you save the red ones for the end, or do you eat them? You don't give a shit.
I only eat them if there's nothing else in the house. I don't really like them. If I've had an edible and the munchies kick in, I'll tuck into the kids' Halloween candy.
All right. It doesn't really matter what color Smartie it is. I don't really want to eat them, so it doesn't. I'll eat any of them if I'm going to. Manoli, favorite color crayon?
Really, I mean, the honest truth is it's the ones that were left in the box. Like after a while, you'd only you start out with 8, but you're like, I only have 2 crayons, and it's the ones you never used, And now I have like a yellow and
the
green.
white crayon.
And no one used
the white crayon for.
Yeah, exactly.
The worst crayon.
It's interesting.
Crayon.
The crayons are, I don't know, man. They were good for a hot minute, but then you realize once they invented the sharpener for the crayon, that revived the crayon, like for like kids, like, oh, okay, because like it didn't take long for them to get dull or rounded, But I learned also. I remember. I think you can melt them. They're almost like you could like we used to like burn them for some reason because we realized they were kind of like candles. And then we just melt them together and see what would happen. Yeah, colors aren't my friend, I think. But
I think Fiona's getting the gist of the show now. We just throw out topics and then we let Manolis go.
Well, yeah, everybody does. I like crayons.
A 5-hour energy now. Shouldn't you have done that before the show?
Oh man,
mid-show.
Doesn't matter what time I do it.
Mid-show.
There is no time.
Right?
You want to throw one of those 5-hour energies to Patrick? I'd like to see him flying.
Patrick's pretty good at getting energy.
Fiona.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your kids. What you already gave their ages, boys and girls, 1 boy, 2 girls, what?
Well, they're 16. I have a girl who's 16, and then I have a boy 14 and a boy 12.
Wow.
Yes.
That is that's a lot. You got a lot.
It's all very smelly and hairy and awful questions, and Jesus Christ, it gives me a lot of material for the stage. Let me tell you that.
I bet it is would that be predominantly a lot of what you talk about is raising nutty kids and
yeah. Well, my life about being Irish and being divorced and and trying to keep sane, raising 3 kids nowadays, and a lot of it is that.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yes.
When Mr. Teal.
Yep.
Has Fiona ever played levity?
She was there this weekend.
Yeah.
She was part of the.
How was
we
it?
did the This Is the Thing screening, and there was stand up before the shows. Yeah, she killed it. Yeah.
Did you like it? Did you like? It's a great club, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I love levity. I would like to play it more. Patrick was asking me, so we'll work something out.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, we're continuing on Friday at 4:20. Fiona O'Brien is our special guest. We got Manolis, we got Patrick, and we're gonna go around the horn on this one. We'll start with Manolis this time.
I'm ready, dude.
How you doing, Manolis? Are you ready?
I'm good, man.
All right.
I got my energy.
Do you want me to? Because I can go to the other two first if you want to wait for that 5-hour energy to kick in.
Nah, man.
No,
No, this is not even kicking in. This is just so I can feel normal. I'm that in deficit that far. Like, you know, like.
All right, dude. Here we go. Can you give me, off the top of your head, the best advice you ever received? Off the top of your head, just think of something. The best advice somebody gave you that you think that has impacted my life.
I wrote two things. I once like I don't know if I heard this or that I came up with this. It's like I was thinking like the only control that you ever will have is acknowledging you have none. So just accept
very deep.
So the only if you accept you have no control is the only control you have, and then because like when you're trying to control everything is when you go crazy. And I was thinking, I wrote this 2 days. I told a friend of mine this the other day. I said the universe is like a hot chick. The more you ignore it, the more things come to you. Right? If you're like interested, like whatever girl that you're interested, the more you show that you're interested in her, the more that you're not gonna get her. But if you're like not whether you like try or not try, you just let it be, and then things seem to work out. Fast Times at Ridgemont High is my favorite though, where he goes, you got to. This is my favorite thing. The guy give him advice how to pick up chicks, and he goes, you got to think whether she comes, stays, lays, or prays. Whatever happens, your toes are still tapping. You got that? Whether she comes, stays, lays, or prays. Whatever happens, your toes are still tapping. So basically, it's kind of like the same thing I said before, where it's like you got to be like, hey man, I'm the fucking party. So
doesn't matter which way it goes.
Yeah, if you're here. Yep. You're with the party. If you're not here, you're like, I'm still going to enjoy my life. I'm still going to party. So you can choose whether you want to have fun or just try to find some other fun, but I'm fucking still dancing, dude. My toes are always going to be tapping. I love that one.
So is that the one we're going to go with for the best advice you ever received was from Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
That's probably the best one. Yeah. That's the one that probably is the blueprint of my brain right there. Those are always tapping, dude.
Patrick, I hope you're jotting these down for your Pearls of Wisdom calendar.
Yeah.
Because there were some gems there, baby. The universe is like a hot chick. Or you ignore her.
It's better when you say it like that. You gotta say it all seductive like that. You put your hair down
seductive.
too, Mike.
Was that my seductive?
Pull your ponytail out. It's like the universe.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. No, I'm not pulling my hair up, man. It's gotten so long now. It's like it's a nightmare just corralling it back into the band. So, all right, Patrick.
Yep.
Best advice you ever received? Give me something good here. Something from the movie Ghost.
From Manolis. He said, what did you say? He said, the subconscious is stronger than the conscious.
I did say that.
I don't know what it means, but it changed my life.
How long ago did I tell you that?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then we saw it somewhere else. Remember?
Yeah, that's why you brought it up. You're like, holy shit. Like you saw it in a meme or you saw someone talking about it. But I've always been very aware of like the subconscious is always moving, thinking like you got to be kind of aware what's going on there because that's what's really happening more often. And if you have some bullshit going on in that fucking subconscious, that's where you're going to get depressed and miserable and anxious or whatever is going on in your fucking brain. You got to fucking deal with that shit so you can keep that shit clear.
It is wow, we have really cracked it open, man. being aware of what's going on in your subconscious is difficult because it's sub to your conscious, but we'll leave that for another day.
But but it's a possible though, man. Like that's what I'm saying. You got to try to figure it out. What's bothering you that keeps coming to the surface is what's going on in your subconscious. You just got to, it's like catching it and figuring out, and then undoing the hook and letting the hook be free, you know?
Keep those toes tapping, man.
Yeah.
Fiona, I'm not even sure you want to follow up. What we've displayed here is to be just a litany of beautiful advice. Maybe you'd want to jot it down for your kids. This is the kind of stuff your kids would really thrive on.
Oh, I'm taking it all in. This is fabulous, deep stuff.
Fiona, what advice have you received?
I've received this advice and I give this advice, and it's a bit more practical than what the lads are saying. Always wipe front to back. That is because you will get a nasty infection. I don't know if it works for guys too, because nothing's going to go in. But for women, always wipe front to back, because you'll end up on antibiotics. And don't sleep with comedians.
Wow.
Because they wipe back to front.
You will always end up on antibiotics if you don't wipe back to front or sleep with a comedian.
Yeah. I think that's good advice.
Good advice. I speak from experience.
Yeah, no, that's really good. That was really the kind of advice I was hoping for when I pondered this question. And not quotes from Fast Times at Ridgemount High, but you know what? We all take our advice from wherever we can get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's my Bible, dude.
I hear you, brother. This is Friday at 4:20. We are so glad that you have joined us for our little stroll through the park here on this Thursday afternoon at almost 4:30. And I'm going to just keep doing time checks because the clock's changed, so it's very confusing for Manolis. Here we go. Another topic. This is topic number 7. I believe we're back around to Fiona. Oh, she's so excited to get to go first. Oh, yeah. Hey, here you go, Fiona. You could name either the best or the worst apple. Are you familiar with your different types of apples? Do you have a favorite apple?
I do. And I only became very familiar with apples since moving to Canada, because you have festivals about fruit and things. Are
there not a lot of apples in Ireland?
A lot of Granny Smiths.
Okay, the green
Smiths.
Ones. Yeah.
But over here, I would go bring the kids to the apple picking and to the farms and all that. What's the one that I like? I have one right here. Hang on, I read the label. The Honeycrisp.
Very nice.
They're expensive,
but they are really good.
I don't even give them in the kids' lunch boxes because the bastards won't eat them, and they're like very expensive apples.
She's withholding from the kids.
They're for me.
Yeah. No, the Honeycrisp is a really good apple. Particularly if you coat it in caramel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fantastic.
Anything's good coated in caramel.
Well, that may be true. You might be right, Fiona. Even Manolis. Manoli.
Right.
What's your favorite apple, man?
I'm gonna say I'm not a big fan of the apples, but I guess I'm gonna have to say the red ones. It's the ones I used to eat all the time. But I don't know what they're called. The standard red apple. But I used to. I had a problem with them because I kept choking while eating apple, and I realized I had to peel off the sticker. And but honestly, dude, I honestly don't eat apples because I made up the sticker. There's 3 times in my life I almost choke on like the skin of the apple somehow get caught in my throat, and I couldn't breathe, and I was like able to cough it out of my throat. But one time it was so bad, because I just started learning how to be a lifeguard at the time, so I knew like about the fucking like. If you go like
the Heimlich maneuver,
to go up to the xiphoid process, 2 inches down between your belly button, and I was going to like run into a wall with my fist because I couldn't breathe, because I knew none of my friends knew how to save me, and then it came out on its own, thank God. And I was like, that was kind of like one of those things. I was like, you know what? I don't think apples are for me, because it was like the 3rd time. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me that I keep choking on fucking apples?
Can you swallow other stuff?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a loaded question, Fiona.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Like dicks, I don't choke on those at all. I can get right down my gullet. No problem.
Me too.
But no, I mean, like if I eat a peach or a pear or anything's fine. But like something about the skin of the apple, I'll just take my bite, and then all of a sudden like a little click, and I'm like, what the? Oh. And I'm like panic. But I'm done. I'm done with apples.
The skin of the apple can be quite tough, and if you eat really fast, especially, you're not chewing it right up, right? I mean, it stays in kind of chunks. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
The stickers that you kept choking on, usually they're the ones that tell you what kind of apple it is. So it's not just red. It's like they're different. What
is the red one?
The Red Delicious was probably it's one that got the 4 points on the bottom of it. It's kind of got 4 points on, and that's the Red Delicious would be maybe okay. It doesn't matter.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying any anymore. You'll never see apples in my fridge. I'll tell you that right now.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
And Fiona had one right handy, like she knew the question was coming.
Yeah.
I know these guys are going to want to know what kind of apples I like. Patrick, bring us home, buddy. Bring us home. Reel this one in. What do you got for me, buddy? What's the best apple?
Well, I like how Manolis said the red one. I mean, there's like so many red ones.
I know.
But I think it's a scam.
Macintosh, Gala,
Yeah, I can't tell the difference between the red ones. Not really.
Really?
But I'd say the worst one's probably Granny Smith, because I feel like a lot of apple flavored things are always Granny Smith.
Right.
It's got a really distinct flavor, so I don't like it.
You know what? You know when a Granny Smith tastes really good?
What?
It's dipped in caramel.
Is that what candy apples are?
That's some good shit, man. No, candy apples tend to be Macintosh wrapped in the candy coating. But if you do a Granny Smith, because it's kind of got some sour to it, and then you do the caramel. Boom.
Do you remember getting apples on Halloween from a house? You ever have that?
Yeah.
Candy apples or regular apples?
Just a regular apple. I like
a red one.
Yeah, just a thing of giant thing of apples he had at his door, and you're like, you're a kid. You know, what are you gonna say? You're not gonna go, what the fuck, dude? But you're going, really, dude? Really? Is this the journey? Is this the road that you picked? You want the whole neighborhood to go like, that guy, he gave me an apple for Halloween. He's fucking rad.
Since you brought up Halloween, let's blow Manolis's mind a little bit. Did you know, Manolis, that most of our Halloween traditions come from Ireland?
No way. I didn't know that.
Yeah. The whole jack-o'-lantern, it was a gourd in Ireland, but it was that whole thing is all Irish.
You guys do it much better because we didn't carve pumpkins. We used to carve turnips, and it was like breaking hands and wrists.
It's the hardest root vegetable we could find to carve.
We're fucking idiots. We're like, what's the hardest vegetable? Let's get a knife at that. So you guys you get Halloween. You do it better.
You know what? We also took your national holiday, St. Patrick's Day. We do it way better than they do it in Ireland.
And hang on now, Mike. Reel it in there. Everything's bloody open on St. Patrick's Day here.
It's pretty big here.
Listen, there's only you and Dollarama that are excited about St. Patrick's Day over here.
It's a Dollarama. It looks like a little leprechaun exploded in there, doesn't it?
I know. I said, that's how you spot a real person on St. Patrick's Day in Canada. They're wearing nothing from Dollarama.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
All right, here we go. Friday at 4:20. We got time probably for one more topic. I know Fiona can't wait. All right, here's a little question from the homestead. I'm going to start with you, Manolis, because you are living amongst a lot of stuff there. Do you have a favorite chair? Is there a chair that at the end of the day, do you have a favorite chair?
I'm gonna have to, I guess it's this one, because this is the one, this chair. It's just a regular chair, but it's just the one I
like one where he finishes.
Yeah, this is also the chair I use when I go on the internet and look at it. So I've released a lot of babies from this chair. So there's a lot of life in this chair. There's a lot of cleansings happening from this chair. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to have to say this chair in particular that I like the most.
You might want to wipe that chair from front to back, buddy.
Buddy, I'm good. Look, buddy. Look, right here. Boom. I'm ready. Right? What do you think? I'm not wiping front to back. With this. What do you think this is for? I have mastered the technique of parachuting.
Oh my god!
So you just you parachute
So the chair you're in.
I guarantee there's no DNA on this chair.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. If you're a girl, maybe don't sit on the chair naked. Maybe.
Maybe. Not.
I don't want you to get. You never know. You could get pregnant. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. From something that's been there so long that the baby will be born a 12-year-old. All right. Here we go, Patrick. You have a favorite chair, buddy?
I don't have one, but Lazy Boys, like the reclining Lazy Boys. I love them. My dad has one. Every time I'm there, after dinner, I sit in and pass out.
A nice big
So
recliner.
comfy. Yeah.
Yeah. I will tell you this. I thought of this question whilst sitting in my Lazy Boy. I have a nice big recliner, and I had only an hour ago, I was sitting in it having a nice little nap.
Yeah.
I had to throw away Donnie's Lazy Boy.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a year ago, because he had a different kind of accident on it.
Oh.
Aw.
Well, you're going to have to take that toilet paper with you next time you go. All right. Fiona.
Yeah.
When your kids aren't bothering you, there must be a favorite chair where you like to sit and relax.
I'm going with the kind of lazy boy theme here. I am on this Facebook group of Irish people that are moving back to Ireland. So they're leaving in a hurry or whatever, and they sell off furniture. And this woman was selling like a lazy boy sofa for $200. And
Nice.
I know. And so I rang her and I was like, oh, I'm a single mom and I just moved here and boo-hoo, all this. And she was like, oh my God, okay, you can have it for $200. So
Beautiful.
I hired, what's those orange and white vans?
A U-Haul?
I hired a U-Haul,
Okay.
put my daughter in the front of it. It's like, come on, we're going to pick up a couch. And we went, bought it off the woman. And that's my favorite, because got the electronic, plug it into the wall and it's fabulous.
Oh, yes. Is that set up then? Obviously, that's where you'd watch TV at night and that kind of thing. And
yeah.
just sit
Now
and
I have
relax?
to say, God love it. It's taken a beating now through COVID, because my arse groove is like in there. Like I'm going to have to get it plumped up. Like I've been watching so much TV and, binge watching stuff and everything. So one side's kind of a bit down.
What are you binge watching right now? What's one of your favorite shows that you love watching these days?
Oh God, I've avoided watching Downton Abbey as an Irish woman. I just didn't want to watch it, and there's nothing left for me to watch, so I've started watching that.
I will tell you, I have been through Downton Abbey start to finish 4 times.
Wow.
It is such a good show. And you know what? It's a little soapy and a little silly. And I know it's not real. But the only thing is, it's such a comfortable, warm place for me to sit and relax. And it takes me to another time when things were simpler and there was nobody calling you an asshole on social media. And it was, I just love the simpleness of it. So I'm a Downton Abbey freak, man. It's weird.
What is the show?
It's an English TV show, and it's all about people living during 1918 up until whatever 1950 in this big, huge abbey called Downton Abbey, and they're just really, really posh English people. I like it because an Irish fella's in it from the IRA, so I feel a bit more balanced. So I can watch it.
That's Tom. I love Tom. He's the best.
Yeah.
I want to check this show out.
It's good, and I watched Bridgerton, which was great. And then I watched a few others. My only complaint about Downton Abbey, there's not enough riding. There's no arses. There's no sex. I don't think Manolis will like it.
I don't think so. I don't think so. It is. Yeah. It wasn't something I thought I'd bring up to the boys until you got on the show here, Fiona. I mean, it's never come up before because I wouldn't talk to these guys about watching Downton Abbey.
Have you guys watched a show called You?
Not yet. I'm scared to watch that.
What is You?
Pretty,
it's like a psycho guy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a psycho guy that's like like stalks these girls and like and then dates them and then things just get crazy. Like but as he's doing everything he's doing, you're his inner dialogue. You can hear his inner dialogue.
Okay, that's scary.
It's pretty. It's actually it's a fun ride. I thought I was gonna hate it, but it's like holy cow, this is hilarious because I love how crazy this guy is.
Yeah.
Have you thought though about if it's the same thing, right? It's like when people tell you that God can see you and hear you or whatever, even Santa Claus for that matter. If you ever thought somebody could hear your inner dialogue, that would be frightening.
Oh Jesus!
I mean, my inner dialogue would be like, there's no way I could come across as a nice guy if you could hear what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I'm good for the most part, but most of the vile stuff that I would think I've actually said anyway. So
yeah, well, that's you're not wrong. What about you, Patrick? You're a big Downton Abbey fan. You're just holding out on us, right?
Yeah. No, I've never seen it. I just watched Squid Game though. Have you seen
Did you
that?
watch Squid Game?
Yeah.
Has everybody watched that? Because I have not seen it.
No, I haven't.
You haven't, Fiona?
No, I'm too scared to watch that. I'm a big scaredy cat, and when the kids aren't here, they're gone every second weekend to their dad, and I'm not doing gigs. I have to watch. I get scared, so I have to watch nice things.
Nice things. Downton Abbey's perfect. You're not going to get scared watching Downton Abbey. Was Squid Game good, Patrick? Would you encourage people to watch it because it's so unique and different? And
it was really good. It's like I think it takes place in Korea, and they
it's like a game show.
They're like they sign up for this game where they're gonna like win a bunch of cash, but then while they're in the game, they realize that when someone loses, they start getting killed. So like one person will win the cash prize, but it starts off with like 400 of them, and it's crazy. Yeah, you gotta watch it.
So they don't decide to just leave.
I don't believe they can.
Well, you gotta watch it. They are allowed if the majority votes to leave, so they do, and then they're all greedy though, so they all go back.
The most successful show ever on Netflix.
Yeah,
more than any other show. It's been a lot of people watch the Squid Game. They're coming out with a season 2. The thing is a huge hit.
What was that show? If You Want to Be a Millionaire, where you just answer questions. You know that one? Yeah. If I was on that show, if we were like got to like 20,000, I'd be like, okay, I'm good.
I don't even want to phone a friend. I'm just going to take the cash.
20 G's. I'm good with 20. 20. That's a lot of money. I'm good. I'll see you later. It's like, what do you mean you leave? No, I'm good.
Well, you know what? We're good. That's a great edition of Friday at 420. And we want to thank Fiona O'Brien for joining us. Fiona, thank you so much for dipping in here, hanging out with us three thugs. And we really appreciate it. How can people follow you on social media?
I'm on Facebook, just Fiona O'Brien, and on Twitter at Real Fiona O. And I'll post up any gigs I'm doing, and everything's up on there. Or
That'd
Fiona O'Brien. I do have a website, FionaO'Brien.ca. I forget about that. My ex-boyfriend made it.
FionaO'Brien.ca. You can follow her on Twitter and find out where she'll be playing. Please go out and watch Fiona O'Brien. She's a fabulous person. Thank you so much for doing the show. We really appreciate it.
No, thanks for having me.
Manoli, what do you want to say to close things out? You got something you want to throw in here?
Yeah, a buddy of mine just started a new business. His name's Greg Dabrowski. He was on the show that time with Brian Mello. Remember that other dude?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got a new business called Just Paint It For Me. So let's see. Boom. Can you see that?
Okay, yeah, we can see that.
And so he just painted. So the website's called Just Paint It, number 4 me.ca. The website's not in operation yet, but it's going to be soon, and then you can book him to paint. If you don't want to paint it, he'll paint it for you.
Are you going to get him to paint? Because you do a lot of painting in your house, so you're always painting. Do you need somebody to come in and do it professionally for you?
He's good. No. But he's gonna help me. Yeah, I don't need anything, bro. No, and he's gonna help me paint the basement. I think eventually.
Now the 5-hour energy's kicking in. Perfect timing. Just as we wrap up.
As soon as you hear bro, he's happen.
Mr. Coppolino, how are things going at Levity? We are killing it.
Yeah, it's going great. Manolis is actually going to be headlining this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So come see that.
Sorry, I'm there this weekend.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. What's that? Friday and Saturday night?
Friday and Saturday, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And then next weekend, we've got Jeff Leeson. And then we've got Scott Thompson from Kids in the Hall coming up. November 25th.
That'd be cool.
We got John Doerr coming in December. So, yeah, lots of good shows.
That is fantastic.
LevityComedyClub.com.
LevityComedyClub.com. Go there, buy your tickets ahead of time. Just make sure you get them, and you can find out all the cool things happening at Levity Comedy Club, our favorite comedy club. Thank you, everybody. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you. I appreciate it, but most important, we appreciate you for hanging out with us, and we look forward to speaking to you again sometime next week. We don't even know what day yet, what time, but one day next week, we're going to pop up in your live stream. Please check us out then, and until then, have an awesome week.
Woo!